Welcome. Hi, so my name is Odamea. If you are old here, you already know my name. If you are new here, Odamea means a girl that is full of presence. And thank you very much for coming today. As you can see from the heading, we are going to talk about the benefit of self-awareness. What does self-awareness do for us? What do we gain from being self-aware? What's that thing that when we become self-aware it gives us? So just stay good to yourself. Make sure you subscribe right now. Subscribe right now before I continue with what I want to talk about today. And make sure you give a thumbs up and leave a comment. I would want to know how you go about yourself. Maybe there are points I didn't mention in my previous video about attaining self-awareness. Just put it in the comment section. I'm also going to put the links to the videos which I spoke about self-awareness in the description box. So make sure if you've not watched it, make sure you watch that video as well. Thank you, and let's get into the video. So just a brief recap. I mentioned that self-awareness is being aware of yourself, being aware of your environment, and being aware of, let's say, the family setting you are in, being aware of your strengths, your weakness. Doing a SWOT analysis on yourself. We spoke about all that. If you didn't watch that video, I think you should go and watch it. No, I think you should go and watch it before you continue with this, because probably you are going to get confused, because I'm not going to touch on certain things I've already spoken. Let me see your shouting about. The things I've already spoken about. So the first thing, the first benefit that I personally gained from being self-aware was that I know myself better, and because I know myself better, I believe in myself more than anybody does. So sometimes there are things you want to do for yourself, and then you get this kind of backlash from people, and if you don't really understand yourself, you don't know the opportunities that are available for you in that specific setting, you are going to badmouth yourself and feel like, okay, well, this isn't even going to work. Why did I start in the first place? So this, when you get to that point of more like attaining self-awareness, it makes you believe in yourself so much, because you know that this thing I'm doing, I actually know what I'm doing. You are clueless about it. I know myself better than you do. You see, there are points that people go like, oh, I know you better. That's not supposed to. You are yourself, and you need to know yourself for yourself. So the first thing is that it makes you believe in yourself so much. You know yourself better. You know, you've done a SWOT analysis of yourself. You know that, okay, these are the things that are threats to my personality. Okay, so this is how I work around it. So when people more want to downplay your should I say, they want to downplay the things that you want to do, they want to downplay your ambitions, your vision, and all that, you know yourself better. So that is the first thing. It helps you to believe in yourself so much, and this is one thing that I believe we all should attain. The second thing is that since you know your strengths and your weaknesses, you know how to go about them. Myself, for example, I mentioned that I procrastinate. Sometimes I get so overwhelmed by the fact that I procrastinate too much, and I end up working under pressure, because let's say I knew that I have to do this thing within this week. I don't do it, and I wait to, let's say, 2 to 3 days to the deadline, then I have to rush through it. So because I know that if somebody draws my attention to it, it doesn't get to me too much, because I already know it within myself. It's different if you don't know your weaknesses at all. So with that, when people tend to point certain things out to you, you get angry about it, because you feel like this is not me. But then if you know yourself very well, you would understand that, okay, I know that I procrastinate. Okay, so how do I work about this? So that's when I mentioned that I update my calendar. I was giving some tomato soap. I'm going to do a review on it. So I think let's say after 2 weeks or so, when I was given the parcel, I actually forgot to use it. So I realized that if I'm not careful, it will be like June, then I've not even touched the soap. So I had to put it in my calendar. So every morning, 7 a.m., I'm reminded that I'm supposed to apply tomato soap. It sounds funny, but then it helps me to track myself and then work on my weaknesses. So probably you might be quick-tempered, and then you know that you are quick-tempered, and you start working on it. So let's say if something triggers you and then you almost blow up, and then somebody draws your attention to it, you already know it, so it doesn't get to you so much. So you need to be intentional about knowing yourself better, because that would help you to see between people's opinions. So that takes me to the third point. People's opinions, you deal with them tactically. There are points where people tell me that, oh, you are not matured, you don't know what you want, you are clueless about life and all that. But because I've actually analyzed myself so well, I know where I want to get to. I know what I want to do with my life. I know how I want to go about things and all that. When people tell me that, it doesn't get me, because that's your opinion. And let's say if someone also draws my attention to the fact that when I tell you to do this thing, you don't do it early, I already know that I procrastinate. So that draws me back to the point of me being intentional about things that I have to do. So if I know that, okay, I'm so sorry, if I'm supposed to do this thing for somebody, I have to put it in my calendar. I have to write it down. I have sticker notes that I write. I have plenty. I write them. I stick it by my bed so that I don't forget them. So that's the third thing. So you deal with people's opinions tactically. You don't just accept people's opinions wholeheartedly. Like, you take them and then you look at yourself. There are even points that sometimes people tell me stuff about myself, and then I go like, well, this is not my reality. Then I just brush it off. But then if I didn't know myself better, you could tell me that, Odamea, I like talking too much. I already know I like talking, and I know that, okay, I need to balance between, I have to limit myself when I'm talking. I need to know that, okay, this time I'm not supposed to talk, I'm supposed to talk this time, and all that. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing is that you understand your environment, and then you know how to function within your environment. So you see, sometimes when you are in a certain, let's say a certain family setting, I'm saying certain and certain, like certain. So you're in a certain family setting, and you know that, okay, in this house we don't wear trousers, right? So if you are self-aware, maybe you've worn trousers before, and then you found out that actually I look good in it. But then because of the family setting you are in, that's the environment, you know that, okay, then how do I work around this environment to do things to more like make myself happy? Because I mean, the main goal, like, everybody wants to be happy. Who doesn't want to be happy? Everybody wants to be happy. So the main thing is that you want your happiness, you want your mental health to be in check. I mean, I'm going to do a video on mental health and all those things, but I think that's not what we're talking about today. So you know that, okay, there's my environment, okay, so I need to work on that environment and then work on myself, so that I know when I can move out of this environment to a certain environment I can thrive in. It's even the same for like work places. Let's say you are not an Adventist, and then you apply to, let's say, teach at Valley View University. I don't know how things work there. I'm just using it as an example. You can correct me. You know, SDA people, they don't wear earrings, they don't do a lot of jewelries and a whole lot of things. So if you know that you can't stand the fact that people will tell you not to, let's say, wear earrings, you don't apply to schools that are going to ask you to do that. Or let's say you are not a Muslim, and then you apply or you pick an Islamic school. I mean, that's the environment you are in, so you need to do stuff as that environment demands. So I've spoken about 4 things. The 5th thing, which I think is the main focus of you being self-aware, is that you know your identity, right? You are aware of yourself, like your identity. What's your identity? So me as Odamea, I know I like talking, I know I'm good at writing, I like talking, I've already said that. I know a whole lot of things about me. So because of that, when I get challenges, certain obstacles come my way and all that, I see them, I look at them tactically. I look at them, okay, so let me use an example. Let's say I go to a new work environment, and then I realize that a lot of people, they don't like talking, like there is no kind of interpersonal relationship, like people don't like talking there and all that. Fine, because I know myself and I know I like talking, I'm probably going to work towards getting somebody who would like my way of living, right? So since I'm self-aware of the fact that I like talking, if I don't know that I like talking and I get into an environment that people don't like talking there, I'm going to struggle, and I'm not going to more like live my life to the fullest, because I'm always going to feel like I'm being do you say shrinked or shrunk? Like shrink past or future tense. Yeah, future tense or shrink. I'll have to find that somewhere. I'm quite confused about that. So you don't feel like that environment is squeezing you, like you're not being comfortable in that sort of environment. So if you know your identity through you being self-aware, you understand that, okay, this is me, you can't do anything about me, I can only do something about myself. It's like, let's say I know I like talking, and then you want to shut me up when I'm talking. You can shut me up, but then eventually I'll still end up talking, because that's what I like to do. So when you know your identity, you know yourself better, you know things that trigger you, and then it helps you to be a good human being, and then you become emotionally intelligent. So let me just go over the point I made. So you know the environment you thrive better in, you deal with people's opinion tactically, you know your strengths and your weaknesses, and then you know how to go about them. You believe in yourself so much, and then you know your identity. So I've mentioned 5 points, so I'm going to put them here, the 5 points. And I would want to know what you think. I would want to know how you go about yourself. I would want to know the benefits self-awareness has given you that I didn't mention. And then I would want to know which other things you want me to talk about in my video. I mean, if you follow me from Facebook, you know that I spoke about my depression issues, suicidal stuff, rape, a lot. I am mentoring teenagers, all that. So whatever you want me to be talking about, because I always have to pick through stuff and then know what I have to talk about. I'm actually not done with this self-awareness thing. I'm going to continue with other aspects of self-awareness, and then we will delve into emotional intelligence and some other things. So thank you very much. I wanted to keep this as short as possible, but then I couldn't. So thank you. I love you all. Give a thumbs up, subscribe, like, comment, share with your family, your friends, your roommates, everybody. Like, let people get to know about Odamea, the girl that is full of presents. Thank you very much. I love you all, and it's peace.